Hello YouTube, I'm Felix and this is my 1999 Lexus LS400 with 205,000 miles. I just bought the car. I'm going to do a couple of videos just showing you the good bits of the car and the bad bits of the car. In case you're interested in buying one of these yourself, might be interesting for you. So in this video I'm going to show you the bad bits of the car. Everything that's wrong with it, I'm going to be really honest, I'm going to show you. Starting at the very front of the car, we've got paint chips. This car's got 205,000 miles, you can see a big one there. To be expected, I'd say. When I got the car, number plates were both broken. I've replaced those already. Here's another bad bit. Nasty little paint scrape there, down the bottom, if you can see that. I'm going to be fixing that, not such a big deal. This car, again, it's got a lot of miles, so it's sort of to be expected. Carrying on down the car, we've got some quite nasty sort of paint scrapes that a long distance. To be honest, that looks like a key mark to me. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to be like a bush, is it? It's like 7 feet long. Coming back, here's another really bad bit. This is probably, in my opinion, the worst bit of the entire car is the rust on the rear arches. So we've got some pretty significant rust here. Paint bubbling here. This is not so bad. I'm going to have to sand these off and fix them. And finishing here, again, some pretty bad rust there. Carrying on around the car, another bad bit is the fact that the rear aerial does not work. I've already actually had a go at fixing this, but I could not fix it. I really pride myself on being able to fix things, which I try and fix. Could not fix it. I bought a new aerial mast for it, tried to fit it, worked okay for a bit, but what happened is when the aerial would go up, it would then come back down, and the aerial sort of tip would end down here below the surface of the sort of top of the aerial mast. I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. I think it might be something to do with the limit switches inside the motor. Anyway, I'm going to try and fix it again. Coming back here, another bad bit is the paint was peeling off here on the rear corner. So I've sanded this off. I'm in the process of fixing it. It's not such a big deal, but yeah, that was definitely a problem with it. The paint was all cracked and nasty. Again, when I got the car, number plates were broken, so I've replaced the number plates already. If you look here on the rear bumper, not only is it pretty scratched up, but you can see, I'm not quite sure you can really see this, but the right-hand tailpipe here is actually the bumper's a little bit sort of melted around it, versus the left-hand side, which is not melted. So I think maybe it's got very hot over time, the bumper, and it's, you know, let go of it, but we're going to fix that up. The exhaust also has some holes in it, from rust holes, so I will be fixing that too. I think probably going to replace the exhaust altogether. Now here is the very worst bit of the car. Can you see that? Oh dear. That rust. So this is the right-hand rear arch is really, really rusty here. Especially this bit here, which is properly bad. As soon as I got the car, I was a bit scared of this, so I straight away put some rust converter paint on it, just to maybe stop it rusting so much. But this needs really completely sanding back. Fiberglass filler, maybe like a little mesh repair patch thing. I'm going to be doing this myself, and it's going to be not a very easy job, I think, but I'll have a go. Carrying on, overall, things aren't so bad. I mean, some dents, quite a few dents in the car, but that's sort of to be expected. Let's pop the car open and have a look on the inside. I'll show you all the bad bits about the interior. Leather's good, carpet's not so good. Carpet's a little bit dirty. Again, 200,000 miles, come on. Who expects perfect carpets? I'm going to clean those really, really well and have a go at fixing them. Other than that, in the back, pretty good, if you ask me. Okay, into the front. Okay, some more bad bits. So that's bad. A little bit of leather cracking there. Again, I'm speaking, obviously, when I say that's bad, this car was £1,300, so everything is relative, right? This car was very, very cheap, and it's done a lot of miles. So in reality, that's not bad, but I'm just showing you everything that is bad, just so I give you the full picture. Driver's seat is in great nick, maybe a little bit worn, but nothing terrible. Other bad stuff. So they've got a little bit of leather sort of cracking here. I wouldn't really call that bad. This doesn't bother me in the slightest. Carrying on the interior. So we've got a slight problem where, if you see those little liquid crystal display here, these show the sort of temperature in the car. This one shows the clock. They each have a little backlight behind them, which lights up when it's nighttime. This one works. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. So we've got one of three. I imagine that will be a complete mission to take this out and replace the backlights and that, so I'm probably not going to do it, to be honest. When I got the car, the cigarette lighter here was not working. So that wasn't producing 12-volt power. I checked the fuses, which in this right-hand drive car are sort of under here, under my right foot, or above my right foot, I should say. It wasn't the fuse, so I ended up having to take this entire center console thing out, pull out this cigarette lighter, cigarette sort of ashtray thing, and actually replacing this little fuse wire in the back of the cigarette thing. It's horribly explained, but yeah, it did work. I'll show you. If I plug the ignition key in, you should see a little blue light. Do you see a little blue light there? Ho-ho! It works. Absolutely lovely. That was a great job to fix. I'm really happy I did that, because it's nice to have your phone charger there. Other than that, other problems here in the front of the car. The steering wheel, I can't really show you, I can't take this cover off. The steering wheel was in terrible condition. Awful, really sort of scratched up and peeling. It was sort of disgusting to drive, like it was really sticky and nasty. So I put this steering wheel cover on. I know they're not good looking, and they're pretty horrible actually, but it's a cheap fix and it's easy and it allows me to drive it in sort of relative comfort. And yeah, it's definitely better than it was. Other than that, there are not many problems with the car at all. There is a slight problem. If I turn the ignition on here for you, there we can see our big miles, 205,000. Again, for one of these cars, not that much. What we can see is the speedo and the rev counter. I do have a problem with the sticking speedometer, where it will it just won't work. It will stay on 0 when you drive away. It's pretty common for these cars if you look on the forums. Again, it doesn't bother me too much. Usually just a little tap here above, sorry, a little tap here, a little tap like that will sort it out. Maybe a bit more aggressive than that, to be honest. But yeah, overall, that's everything that's wrong with my 1999 LS400. And yeah, hope you enjoyed.